have them on this platform, but this is on page 2 of this paper. Bwana Poghisio, you've been in the cabinet and you may understand the intricacies that come with the security agencies and especially the military. How significant is this move?
Fred, you know, as a disclaimer, I would hardly try and debate anything that deals with the military because I've not been in that sector and don't understand how they arrive at a decision like this. But definitely there must have been a cabinet discussion, cabinet memo, a discussion around how do you compensate them in case you remove this subsidy. All I can say is we've had a professional, we still have a very professional military in this country. And how they move up, how they move down, we've left it normally to the officers that we know, including the Commander-in-Chief and others, to deal with that particular sector. We've been talking about the police because we've seen them. The army is literally almost aloof from discussions and politics. In fact, as you know, they try to keep away from politics as much as they can, except when politicians come and interfere. I have been following that story about the meals for a long time, wondering, how do you arrive at a place where you want a cafeteria system of pay as you eat? And that means that if somebody doesn't have that money that day, because sometimes you actually don't have it, you don't eat. And I think sometimes we wonder, unless it's a check-off system or unless it is there's a way of compensating daily, there are times when you don't have the cash on that day. So you'll be carrying that gun and working and you're hungry. So those thoughts must come to the leadership of the military. And surely this is an experiment. This is an experiment, never been done before. This is an experiment. So if it starts like from tomorrow, it's because knowing the needs of Kenyans, Fred, if I'm given money, I said that money is for food every day, and comes to a place where I have debts, I have emergencies and so forth, very likely I will use that money for something else. But during the time of subsidy, you are guaranteed a meal. So even if you compensate them now, you say, okay, for your meals, I'm giving you an extra 5,000 or an extra 10,000. Still, that money can go to something else. And the problem is, if you don't have money for that day, do you go hungry? So as they're thinking about how to start this off, I believe that the military should be thinking about those possibilities, that people have other needs that they need that money for, and they might actually end up going hungry. And if you went hungry 2-3 times, you start feeling weak and you cannot work properly. And we need our military to work properly because we need them to do that. So it's a sector that we normally, this is the first time we're discussing about even their meals. Many times we don't even get to know what happens there. But now that we know, now that it's come out in the open, it's a matter that must be looked at very, very carefully.
All right. And the reason why we're discussing this is that it's on the front pages. We cannot ignore it. The fact that there is a concern even on this paper and the story I'm reading that the move has triggered widespread disquiet among military personnel, particularly those in junior ranks who depend on the subsidized meals. This definitely makes Kenyans feel a certain type of way, Bwana Kanyuithia.